Happy Monday. Good morning. I don't think it's morning anymore. Oh, nope, it's not. It's 12:10. Okay, so it's a little bit afternoon. I did absolutely nothing this weekend because it was a lot. And yesterday I was kind of dizzy out of nowhere. I don't know why. So I just went to lay down and just like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep, which I did. It felt like I was drunk and I laid down and the room was spinning. But I haven't had 1 ounce of alcohol or anything. So it's just like, I took some, what's it called? Iron supplements and some multivitamins and just was like, all right, let's wait until this passes, which is probably a bad thing to do, but I feel 99% better. So that's what I did. I actually did a lot of things before I started recording, and I'm like, wait, today's Monday. I'm actually going over and writing the script. And I was looking through my little book that I use for my Dear Joe videos. And I went to the day that I wrote the script for the Webby nominated video, It's Time to Go Outside video. This is the first writing. And then I write it on the computer again. So I take out the parts that I feel like, okay, this needs to go into the script, and write those parts, write it better, and create the script. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's a lot in here that I didn't use for the script. And there's a lot that is still relevant because everyday life and routines and all that does get very mundane and just repetitive that we all just zone out. So I got my idea for the script. And I feel like I do this every week where I don't know what I'm going to write for the script, even though I have little notes that I write during the week to actually give me more of a backstory of what to put into the voiceover. But I love that I did this and I went over the book to see what exactly I wrote. And I was actually going to write something. I was actually going to write the letter here first for the video, just to kind of see where my mind was going to go, because I was blank. And that little part in that was like, thank you. Thank you. I'm always writing. Literally always writing. Oh, speaking of always writing, my journal, right? Journal. Remember, it is this thick, right? That's how much I've written already. Do you see it? That. So this part is what's left. That's right. And when did I start this? I started this on October 31st. So Halloween? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I probably have, maybe I'll give it 2 more months in this. I love this book because I would have gone through maybe 5 of these already just for this one. I love it. So let me get back to writing the script and actually editing this video. It feels like a puzzle. I was just thinking this too. Creating the script. I already did the video because the video is the experiences I've had for the week, and creating the script around that and the things that I was thinking and the things I'm thinking now, and I'm putting it together and I'm shaping it and kind of creating something very unique out of it. I think that's the best way to put how I put these things together. I love it so much. I just love when things come together so effortless. Ah! Ah! Apparently it feels like 100 degrees. We're still in spring, by the way. Wow. What kind of fish is that? Oh my.
So hold this one for a second?
What?
Stop! That's a
Golly.
What the hell?
Oh,
Oh,
do you have a net?
angry.
Or Joey, we don't even have
We don't have a net.
That's a big joy. That one.
Oh my god.
I'll keep it.
What?
Yeah. No, there is. Nice jack, man.
Wow.
Oh. Damn, that motherfucker.
Let's
Together.
I will.
Oh my God.
Either, brother.
What kind of hook?
Nice jack, man.
Yeah.
There's a jack.
Yeah, Jack LaVelle.
Ah!
Why you doing that?
It's too big.
It is 4:27 and I feel like I am just starting my day. Why? Because I woke up earlier and around 10 o'clock I got a call to help with just a phone call to help, right? Why 2.5 hours later I'm still on this call? I literally had to just like, no, I'm done. I'm tapping out. I'm done. I cannot do this. Like, I get overwhelmed so easily, and to be on a phone call for 2.5 hours, and it lasted longer, by the way. I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I got to the point where I began feeling frustrated, and I was like, oh my gosh, how long is this damn call going to be? Is it going to, like, it's already over 2 hours. What else needs to happen? And I realized that I was getting frustrated, and I'm like, I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm getting overwhelmed. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore, because I'm going to literally drain myself to help with this call. And I went to lay down. What was that? Probably 3-4 hours ago. Yeah, that's how much it took for me to literally come back to myself. I had to sleep for 4 hours because I was so drained from that phone call. It's like, if I had stayed longer, I would have slept till night. I literally would have slept till night. It's like, I realized that I was getting beyond frustrated, and I'm like, no. This is my boundary right here. I'm done. I'm walking away. It's not like I don't care what happens next. I do. I don't have the mental capacity to give a shit right now, because I am depleted mentally. I cannot go any further. That was a hard boundary. And I ran into that wall like a brick wall. So I was just like, nope, I'm peeling myself off that wall and I'm going to go lay down and get back to myself and try to regulate. Because, yes, I had plans for the day. I did. Did I get to do them? No, because I had to come back to myself. And luckily, I caught myself right before it got really, really bad, because at one time it did get really bad to where I was just like, my brain stopped working. I couldn't think of anything else. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do right now. I can't tell you, I can't give you an advice. I can't tell you what to do. I don't know. I've learned not to let it get there. And today I realize I still crossed that boundary a while, because if it took me 4 hours to recover from that 2 hour call, 2.5 hour call, then I passed that line a long time ago. So I'm still learning what that boundary is, to where I'm like, no, this is not gonna go past half an hour. This is not gonna go if it has to go an hour, it's not gonna go past an hour, because mentally I cannot take it, especially when it's things that are very tedious and has nothing to do with what I love to do. Just like the regular everyday crap that we have to deal with. When it's like, oh, you have to do this because of this, you're helping because of this, and it's like, okay, I'm doing that. But if it's art, if it's music, if it's filming, if it's literally anything fun and creative and just mind stimulating, yes, I can go for hours. But once it starts draining my energy to the point where I need to take a 4 hour nap to recover, it is way too much. It crossed all my boundaries, and I have to stop. It's a good thing to learn your boundaries. It's a good thing to share those boundaries with other people, because when people don't know your boundaries, they will walk over it and make it seem like it's nothing. When you share your boundaries with other people, if they still walk over it like it's nothing, run as fast as you can from that person, because they do not respect you. If you understand that I get overwhelmed very easily when it's things that doesn't excite me, and you push and you push and you push and you push, you don't respect me. And I understand, everybody has their own agenda and everybody wants to do things their way. I get it. We're all humans and we all want to take care of things and get everything done how we want them to, right? But at the same time, you have to be mindful about other people. And this is also a reminder for myself, because I can be very impatient when it comes to helping other people as well. I grasp things very quickly. I understand it and I move through the steps of beginner to expert very quickly. I love my brain. It's so quick. I give all the credit to it, because half the time I'm there and I'm like, okay, somebody say something once, I get it. Sometimes it takes more if it's very tedious and I really don't have any interest in understanding it. It's gonna take more if I really do need to understand it. But half the time, I get it. You tell me something once, I get it. A lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are not like that. So I've had to learn the patience. I'm still learning the patience to deal with that. And understanding that, yes, More people need grace because it takes more time. When that's not extended to me, it sucks. And I have to tap out and say no. And no is a full sentence, by the way. When you say no, anybody who goes against that does not respect you. But when you say no, mean it. So when I say no, I mean it. It feels like I'm upset about the situation, which I'm not really upset about it. It's more frustration that it took me 4 hours to recover from one phone call. And it's like, I get overwhelmed very easily. I know. I'm very sensitive to sounds as well. So any loud anything, and this is crazy because growing up, especially in Jamaica, we didn't really play a lot of loud music where I lived. And when I came to America, mom didn't really play a lot of loud music either. So it was always relatively a quiet environment. If there was music, I was probably the one playing it. Eventually, I stopped playing the music loud and loud and loud, and I got it. I made sure everything around me was so quiet that I could listen to my thoughts and just be with them. I love the quiet. I love the silence. Right now, the traffic that's passing by, I'm okay with it because I can't change that. But other than that, it's very quiet. When I go to the park or I go to the beach and other people are there with their radio and they have it so loud that everyone can hear, I'm just like, why did you bother coming? Like, the whole point of coming to the beach or to the park is to immerse yourself into nature and listen to the sounds that are naturally there. Don't come and add extra things that don't need to be there. Like, you're taking away the experience of somebody else who just wants to release whatever it is that they want to release and just be present. So I don't like extra music when I'm trying to relax. So I'm very sensitive to sounds. And when I want quiet, I want quiet. So being on that call for that long and hearing a person in my ears for that long, yeah, it depleted me. So I'm not saying don't help, because I will always help. I will always help. It's how much can I help and for how long? Because if I help and I'm being depleted to the point where I can't do anything for myself anymore, then that's not helping me as well. That's just helping you. And if I can't help you and benefit from feeling like myself when we're finished, something's wrong. I'm giving way too much. And that's never a good sign. Never a good sign. If you're helping and you don't feel alive after you finish helping, you passed your point. And what is the sense of passing your point and your boundary to help someone else if you are left stranded? What is the point? I'm having an afternoon snack at 5 o'clock. Well, 4:58. What am I having? Eggs with some non-dairy cream cheese on a sourdough bread because I can. Mm. Mm. Oh my God, I made a mess. That's the best part. Gabby. I can't believe so much spilled. Mm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Yep, I'm wiping out the plate. Mm-hmm. So much spilled. Okay, let me not get it all over my face. And some booch. Definitely devoured this bottle. I feel like that was productive, honestly. Yeah. Speaking about productivity, something on my lip, isn't it? Nope, think we're good now. Ah! This is me on a regular, just so you know. Regular. Okay. Speaking of productivity, I wanted to start editing today for the video that's supposed to come out in a few days or so, maybe tomorrow. I chose to rest. I will always choose to rest, especially when things become overwhelming and when I know I can rest, because sometimes I have to take that rest. But now I'm in Florida for the time being, and resting is always top priority when I'm here because I can do it. The sun's out, the weather is perfect, and I'm not really doing a lot of tedious things, right? The boring stuff. So I realized that I may be a little addicted to productivity, and I'm not the only person who I see this happening to. I will go through a day, and if the day is just spent relaxing and just allowing my body to release whatever stress it built up, I won't feel as fulfilled until I accomplish at least one thing, which is terrible because I should be able to go through a day without doing anything productive and still feel like it was a great day. That's an issue. So I'm happy that I do recognize this, because that is going to take an unlearning on my end, where I understand that productivity is toxic to a certain point. Being productive all the time is not healthy. Forcing myself to be productive every single day, every hour of the day, doesn't really work. Where does that leave time for life? Where does that leave time for relaxation? Where does that leave time for everything else that I want to do? So I'm happy I'm now aware of that. And it's a big one. It really is. It falls in line with my boundaries as well, because I feel like not. Why is there a cobweb? Okay. The little sit down that I've been sitting right here, a whole cobweb just made its way from my tripod to my pants. Okay. They work so fast. Gosh. Anyways, the productivity and boundaries, right? If I don't create the boundary that I'm not going to fill my to-do list with things that will make me feel accomplished for that day, then maybe I won't feel like I'm productive. But not having anything on the to-do list is a great thing, and I should celebrate that more. And it's not like I don't have things to do, it's just I didn't put anything on the to-do list, like nothing. I want to explore more of those days where there's nothing on the to-do list, where I just go outside for a walk and have no destination in mind and just walk. This is mostly done in New York, but yes. I want to have more days like that where I'm not forcing myself to be productive. Because why? Because some deadline's coming up and things have to go really quickly and oh my gosh, I'm behind. These are all, what do you call those? Self-doubt. These are all fearful thoughts that show up when I feel like I'm not doing enough. The bottom line of all of this is feeling like I'm not doing enough. But then whenever I review everything that I've done, I'm doing, and still plan on doing, it's a lot. So feeling like I'm not doing enough is a negative emotion, a negative feeling, and it's also a survival frame of mind, thinking that I'm not doing enough, because what the hell, how much do I want to do? Everything by myself? No, that is not feasible, that is not smart, and that solves nothing and pushes me into burnout. It's good when we learn the things that make us think the way we do, especially me, because there's a lot of things that I know I think I don't do, where it's like, oh, I don't do that. I'm on top of my stuff and I do this all the time. And it's like, yeah, you have some things that you're on top of. You have your ways that you do want things a specific way. But there are times when you do things you don't understand why you're doing it until you realize the meaning behind it. And most of the time, it's because I think I'm not doing enough. Crazy, right? The limiting beliefs we have of ourselves. It makes me wonder where I got that frame of mind from. Where did I pick up that thought process from? But it's from childhood. Most of our traumas are from childhood, because see, those first 7 years of life is when we learn how to basically move in society, right? And it's like a software program where you program certain things to operate a certain way. Oh, wait till the siren passed. It's like a program, like a computer program that you set up to do a certain thing, and then for the rest of its life, it does that simple thing that you set, right? Now, it's not set in stone. You can always go and upgrade and delete and upgrade and delete and upgrade. That's how our belief system is. That's how our mentality is. We learn things when we're younger and we hold on to those things because we're like, I've learned this is my core, and I shouldn't do anything other than this. But then later on in life, you learn that that thing you're holding on to is it's actually holding you back. So you have to let that thing go and replace it with something else that is pushing you forward. It's a mass unlearning in order to be the best you that you are right now. And I said something a few weeks ago, and I want to clarify on that because I've already gotten a feedback that I don't believe in certain things, and I want to just set the record straight right here. So when I say you're already the best version of yourself right now, in this moment, I'm not saying I don't believe in becoming your best version, becoming the best version of yourself. What I'm saying is that that version of yourself that you think about and that you want to become and that you're striving to become, yes, work towards that person, but understand that in this moment, you are the best you can be right now. You are the version of yourself that past you was thinking about being. Hence, you're the best version of yourself right now. So that person that you're thinking of in the future, because, in the future, when it does come, because the past don't exist, future don't exist, present only. When you get to that frame of mind where you're like a year from now and you're thinking, oh, I'm actually doing the things I want to do, what I said I was going to do a year ago. Guess what? You are that version in that moment. Right? And it may be a little confusing. I don't know. If you're confused, please tell me. Please let me know. But I feel like it's a mass unlearning to relearn what we're capable of doing. And during that moment of learning and unlearning and bettering ourselves the more we go, learning boundaries and learning the things that we need to do to move us forward should be our priority. Not just doing things for the sake of doing them because someone said we should do them and we're not even seeing any progress or anything from it. Being productive to be productive. There is a point where everything has its space. It's a time to be productive. It's a time to play. It's a time to laugh. It's a time to dance. A time to have fun. A time to be creative. A time to fill in the rest, right? So if you don't leave space for those times, you're only existing in one version of yourself. And that's robbing yourself because you are such a beautiful being with so many different interests and so many different curiosities that just focusing on one single thing and thinking that you should only do this thing 100% of your time, come on, that's not realistic. It's not. So that is what I'm learning, and I think it's a very valuable lesson because like, I'm at a loss for words. Wow. Yeah, that is what I'm learning. I don't know how to describe it yet because I'm still processing. And that's the best part. So, with that, I will talk to you next week. Bye.